Hi guys, this is Amalia from CraftyDreamsStudio. Thank you for joining me today. If you're not subscribed to my channel, I would so appreciate it if you would subscribe and click the little bell notification icon so that you're alerted every time I upload a new video. And make sure to like and comment on the videos. If you're on Facebook, you can find me at CraftyDreamsStudio. I would love it if you would follow me there and like my page. As well as if you see any products that you love and must have, you may purchase them at CraftyDreamsStudio.com. I appreciate all my customers and I love to spoil you. So make sure to join my VIP group so that I can do that. All right, without any further ado, let's get started. I am really excited about today's project because it kind of involves two of my loves. Along with Chalk Couture, I'm also a paper crafter. So whenever I can combine both of them, I am so happy. I am on cloud 9. We're going to be using the Sprinkled with Love minis. Now, as you can see, these are for Valentine's, the majority of them, because you have February 14th, Be My Valentine, those things. But I want to show you today how you can use them on any occasion. Anytime you're going to give somebody that you care for, somebody that you love, a gift. There are some that say like hugs and kisses. So that's perfect, especially if you put the Hershey's Kisses and Hershey's Hugs candies in the box that I'm about to show you how to make. That would make such a perfect gift. You have Just For You. You have Your Alama Fun. So that's great for anybody. Then you have the X's and No. You have the I Love You. Sprinkled with Love. If you put a little mini cupcake in the box I'm about to show you and you use this on the front, that would be so cute. So there are definitely many that you can use, not just for Valentine's. So we're going to go ahead and do that today. Now I've already cut apart the ones I'm going to use. I'm going to use the Hugs and Kisses, the Just For You, the Your Alama Fun, and the XOXO. And what I'm making is a little box, and I am going to put Hugs and Kisses candies in it so that my children can give a little treat to their teachers. So like I said, you can use this not just on Valentine's, but for Christmas. If you want to put a little Thanksgiving gift, if you're grateful for somebody, if you care for them, you can totally do this for them. Right, let me move these out of the way. And when you're working with cardstock, so here's the piece that I'm going to be using. You have to fuzz your transfers. It is very important. You're going to remove the majority of the sticky off of your transfers. Okay, so let's get started with that part. So I already have my towel here, which is my fuzzing cloth. Love these. Definitely highly recommend a fuzzing cloth. Then these are brand new transfers, so I definitely need to fuzz them very well. So I'm just going to go ahead and put them on here to start fuzzing them up so that they are ready to go. Here we go. And then it's easy. You just kind of press them down into the cloth like this. You lift it, kind of move it over to another spot, move them over, press it again. It is very easy to fuzz, okay? And it's also very easy to remove the fuzz. When you clean these, you just use a disinfecting wipe on the back and it brings back the sticky. So you can use these over and over and over again. They are not a one-time use. That is what's so awesome. And also what makes them such a great value because you can use them so many times. So I'm just, if you can hear that, then that means that they're still just a little too sticky. And so you just continue to do this until they become less sticky. And you can feel them. See how it sticks to me? Like really well. So I know that needs more fuzzing. This one is almost done because if you notice, it sticks to me, but not, I can easily remove my finger. Let's try this one. That one needs a little bit more. Okay. And so the reason that you're taking most of the fuzz off is, of course, you don't want to tear your paper. So that's basically it. And I'm using 80-pound cardstock. So I do not recommend anything less than 80 pounds. It should at least be 80-pound cardstock. Plus we're making a little box. So of course you want your box to be able to hold whatever it is that you want to put in it. Okay, those are sounding much better. Oh, that was a good, did you see that? There we go. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and just leave these on my cloth while we get our cardstock ready. Okay, I'm just going to move them off to the side. And for this project, you are simply going to need, first of all, a paper trimmer, because cardstock comes in 8.5 by 11, and we're going to trim it down to 10.5 by 8. So on this side, on the 11-inch side, we are going to trim it to, make sure I'm on screen, we're going to trim it to 10.5. And so what I like to do is I like to take my blade, sink it in, and then cut off that 1/2 inch. Then you're going to turn it on the 8.5 inch side, and you are going to trim it to 8. There we go. Easy. And then we are completely done with our trimmer. So I can get this out of the way. Oh, no worries, just knocked it down to transfer. Then I'm going to use my scoreboard, okay? So let's get this all scored. So you're going to take your paper on the 10.5 inch side, and we are going to score it at, let me go ahead and make sure I'm in frame. We're going to score it at 2.5. And I like to take my time to make sure that I get a nice score line. Just like this. And then I'll go over it one more time. Perfect. Now we're going to go to 5. So I'm going to go to the 5. And I'm going to score. And like I said, I like to give nice even pressure when I'm scoring, and then just take my time. Then 7.5. Right here. And if you kind of feel like, oh, I'm going to fall off the groove, just, you know, slow it down, and there you go. And then I'm going to score at 10. Right here. So this is not a difficult box. It's actually very simple, but it's going to come out super, super cute. Okay. And there we go. Now we're going to turn it to the 8-inch side. On the 8-inch side, we are going to score at 2.5. So right here. And again, if you just take it nice and easy, because the thicker your paper is, you know, the harder you need to press to make sure you get a good score line. There we go. Then we're going to score at 5.5. Right here. And this is on the 8-inch side. Ta-da, there we go. So we are going to keep our scoreboard here for just a minute, because we are going to have to score 2 flaps. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, right here, this is that 1/2 inch that we have. We don't need that part, so we're going to cut this right here. And I'm going to take a little bit off this corner So this is kind of just like mitering your edge right there. Let me show you. Did you see? See, there's a score line and there's like a little piece of the triangle missing. And that's just gonna help us when we go to fold our box. So same thing here. And then I'm going to take a little bit off. Now, these don't have to be exact. You're not even gonna see them. So we have that now. Okay, now on this first one, we're going to go up here and we're going to trim. Just to that first score line right there. And I'm gonna go ahead and do all of them like this. And you can go ahead and do the other side too. Cut up to that score line. Don't go past it. Right there. And then the last one. So this is what you end up with, okay? So you have that center part, and then you have these little flaps like this, okay? So you're going to take this flap right there, the 1/2 inch that we left, and you're going to push it up against your scoreboard, and you're going to push these up against your scoreboard. Now you're going to score 1/2 of this, so it's going to be 1 1/4. So I'm going to go here and gently score that one. Okay, so that's the first one. I'm going to skip the second one. I'm not going to do this one or the last one. So if it helps, you can do it like this as well. So it's just the first one right next to that 1/2 inch that we left on that side, and then the third one. And you're going to score at 1 1/4, 1 1/4. Perfect. And that's all the scoring we're going to do. So I can move that out of the way. You see how easy it is? This is not a difficult box. Now, I'm going to be using a corner rounder because I want to kind of decorate these pieces right here, the ones that have the score mark. So I'm using this corner rounder. I'm using it on the the 1/2 inch side. There's a 1/4 inch and a 1/2 inch. I'm using the 1/2 inch. And I'm just gonna stick that in there, punch, do the other side, and then the same with this. So this is on the ones that have that score mark right there. And we're done with that. I'm bringing my transfers back. So this is the fun part. This is where you get to pick what transfer you're going to put where. So let's go ahead and move this over here for now. And let me get this over here. I think I'm going to start with my hugs and kisses. Now, when you put the box together, this, see where that little 1/2 inch flap is? It's going to be the back. So this will be my front. So I'm going to choose hugs and kisses to be on the front. You can pick whatever you want. I'm doing this because I will be putting hugs and kisses candy in here so that my children can give to their teachers. So I'm just gonna line this up where I want it. I can kind of feel where the little marks are so that I can center it up. So let's see, let's check that out. Oops, see how that fell off? That's good, you want that. That means I fuzzed it really, really well because I just kind of placed it on there. I didn't really push it down. So you want it. Let's see. That. Looks pretty good to me. Let me just slide it over a smidge. Like that. I'm going to press a little so it doesn't fall. And let's see. There we go. I think I like it right there. All right, so I'm going to press down, making sure that the silk screen area is nice and flush with the cardstock. Okay, actually, I'm going to bring it down just a little bit. It's a little crooked. Now let's check that out. I'm telling you guys, this is what will take you the longest. Making the box is super easy. And of course, the chalkiness too. There we go. There we go. All right, I'm gonna put it right there. I like it right there. Now it's time for your Chalkology paste. Choice is your color. Excuse me. The choice of color is up to you. I'm going to use bright white because I like the way it's going to pop against the white. So I'm going to mix it up, making sure that I have a good consistency. Now, if you notice, this consistency is a little thinner than normal. When you are using cardstock, you want your paste to be a little thinner. And I want to make sure I don't drip anywhere. I don't want my paste. So I'm going to keep my container close by. And then I'm going to add my paste. Now, if you notice, I'm going kind of thick because I do not want my paste to dry on me while I finish the entire piece. You do have to work a little bit more quickly when you're working with paper, because if it dries too fast, then it'll lift some of the Chalkology paste off of your transfer. And you'll just get a little bit more of a rustic look. Okay. Now I'm going to lift up. Ooh, look at how pretty that is. Love, love, love. I do have a container of water over here to the side. So look at how pretty that is. While I have my white out, I'm going to use it on this last flap over here. And I am going to cover up my paste while I line this up, because I want to make sure I have a good consistency. Now you have to be careful. Don't put your finger on the one you just did. So centering this up where I want it. And of course, when you're at home, you can be right over it. I'm not going to do that because I don't want to put my head in the way. I want you to be able to see everything I'm doing. So there we go. Now I'm going to press down, making sure that silk screen area is nice and smooth. And then I'm going to go back to my white. And I'm going to do the same thing. Notice how it's a little bit more drippy. You want it that way so that you get, your paste doesn't dry too quickly on your cardstock, because it's paper, and of course it's going to absorb it quickly. And then, as you can see, working quickly, taking off the excess. Okay, now I'm going to slowly lift. Oh, look at that, beautiful, love it. Again, placing the transfer in water. Okay, I'm going to get the white out of the way so I don't stick my finger in it. And then I have your Alama Fun. And then I also have Just For You. I think, let's see, which one do I want to do? I think I'll do the Just For You on this side. And I'm going to lift it so that I can kind of see where I'm going with it. centering it up. Okay, I want to make sure not to get that heart on the edge. So at home, if you want to, you can let the two that you've already done completely dry before you do the other two. Again, for the video, I'm going to go ahead and just do them all at once. I'm going to take my clean multi-tool and place it there so it doesn't touch that white heart while I get my paste ready. Okay, remember how I said you really want a thinner consistency of paste. So I'm going to take my water bottle and I'm going to squirt a little bit in there. And that's distilled water in our little mister. This is such a great tool to have. And then I just need my stir stick and I'm going to stir. Okay, and I'm going to go over here so I don't spill any on my project. Just stir, stir, stir. And then do you see that? That's the consistency I want. Okay, I want it to be thin. All right, now I'm going to take my angled squeegee for this part. Now I'm going to turn it this way because I want to be able to hold part of this transfer up while I chalk, so it doesn't go onto the heart. So I'm going to press down firmly, making sure I don't have any air bubbles whatsoever, like that. Okay, making sure you can see. Then I'm going to take my angled squeegee, and again, working quickly, I'm going to chalk this with the blue. And I believe this is Morning Sky. It is such a beautiful blue. Now I'm removing the extra. Okay, now let's do the reveal. Oh, look at that. It is so pretty. All right. And it looks so different than the white. So again, you can choose whatever colors you like. Now for the last one, I'm going to do the llama. And let's see if I can. Again, you can just do one. You can do all 4 sides. You can do 3 sides. Whatever makes you happy and however you want to decorate it. I'm using different colors so you can kind of see what they look like. You can use any color cardstock you want. Okay, I think I like it right there. And let me go ahead and pressing down. And I think for this last one, let's use silver. Oh, look at that gorgeous, gorgeous color. Once again, I'm going to use my angled squeegee and I'm placing it, let me place it on towards the top. And again, you want to be quick. And that way you can see what silver looks like. Now again, I used the Warm Wishes mini, excuse me, no I didn't. I used the Sprinkled with Love minis, which are our Valentine's set, but like I just showed you, you can use them for other occasions other than Valentine's. Okay, so now I'm taking And I am lifting. Oh, look at how gorgeous that silver looks. Beautiful. Okay, now I'm going to show you how we're going to seal this up. Okay, so actually, let me move this out of the way. And let me show you these right here. Okay, these are wet, so I really can't touch them, but I've done a Halloween version, and this one is done with the Halloween minis. You can find those on my online store, and I've also done a Christmas version. Look at how cool these look. See, so you can do different colors. You can choose one. Like I said, it's up to you. You can make this any way you want. Now, what I've done is I've already put double-sided tape. I put 2 here, 1 here, 3 here, because it's going to be the last flap. And then, of course, the one on the side. So let's go ahead and put one of these together so that you know how to do this. So this is just, like I said, double-sided tape placed there. So we're going to start with this. Well, first, let's start by folding these down and getting them pre-folded so they land where they're supposed to. And of course, if you have one of these, let me move this out of the way so that I don't stick my finger in it. But once again, look at that. Gorgeous. All right, I'm just gonna get that one because it's wet. And so let's work with this one. I'm using a bone folder to get crisp folds. So let's do that part first. Like this. And you can totally do these assembly line and get a bunch done. So if you wanted to do it for a whole, class, you can. Okay, so that's done. Now, before I fold up the box, I want to go ahead and punch my holes up here. That's how you're going to close the box. Of course, if you have a different way you want to close it, you can. This is just how I'm going to do it. Okay, so I'm just going to take my ruler, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the center using my little mat here. So I'm going to place this right here. So see, I have one off this side, one off this side, so my center is right here. And I'm going to go down halfway. So let's see. There we go. There's my, and I'm going down to that score mark right there. And so it's 1 1/4. So I'm going to go down 1/2 inch. And I'm going to make a little mark right here because that's where I'm going to punch a hole. So I'm going to do the same to this one. Like this. Then place it. I'm using the center line to center it. And then I'm going to go down 1/2 inch and make a little mark right there. Okay, so I have my 2 marks. Now you can eyeball it if you want. Some people just eyeball it. Sometimes I do that. Today I decided to go ahead and just measure it out to show you if you wanted to make sure you got it in the exact center. So now I'm going to take my crocodile, and it has 2 sides. It has one that has a large hole and one that has a smaller hole. So I'm going to go with the larger hole. And actually, you can also use this so that you go exactly straight down where, and it's the same spot on both. So one there. But in case you don't have a crocodile, you can measure like I did and then just use a regular hole punch and right there. Okay. So when the box is put together, let me fold these down. And then if any of your pencil mark is still showing, you just can erase it like that. So when this is put together, these two are going to come together, and then you can run any kind of pretty ribbon you want through there. So to close up your box, that's for the top. Here's the bottom. So we're going to take these two pieces off, and of course you can use wet glue, you can use whatever you want. This is just the way I'm doing it. And I'm going to take that, and again you can pre-fold these, that way they're easier when you go to assemble your box. So I took the cover off those two, going to find that right there, and then press down. See? Now I'm going to take my next one, take off the wrapper, and of course when you're doing this, you're going to be able to be right over it. I want to try to keep everything within the camera frame. So there you go. And then notice I put 3 because this is going to be the last one, and I want to make sure that it's adhered really well. But again, you can use any kind of adhesive you want. I like double-sided tape for little boxes like this. Just remove that. Last one. Oh, so this one, I'm going to do that. Then I'm also going to take this one off, because actually I'm going to line this up and press that down first. So right there, I'm just going to put my hand in the box to support it so that I can press down. Then the last piece goes down. Then you have your little box. It is so cute. I love this. So then you put whatever treats you want in there. It even fits a gift card if you want to do some treats in a gift card. And then you close it like this. Ta-da! There you go. Look at how cute that is. Then you just put ribbon through here and tie a little bow or a little knot, whatever you want. And you have your box. Isn't that adorable? So this is the Halloween version. And these, I used the Let's Get Wicked minis. Here is the Christmas version. And I used the Warm Wishes minis. And then, of course, the one we created today. And for this one, I used a Sprinkled with Love. And like I said, this one, you can use it for more than just Valentine's. You can use it for any occasion you want. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and making all these pretty boxes. Well, seeing how many different pretty boxes you can use our minis with. Have a great day or night wherever you are.